Alright, what's going on, guys? Wyoming pregame video. Wanted to get this out here before Saturday began because it's such an early game, so probably nobody's going to be able to see this before the game. Um, but yeah, Wyoming. It's basically just keep grooving. It had a great game against Michigan State. Now, what I want to see is come out on fire in the first half, just on point to be in the ball game and not really have a letdown until the game's already decided come second half or second quarter, excuse me. Though I think this Wyoming team is going to give us more trouble than a lot of people are giving it credit for. This team has the old North Dakota State head coach. He's trying to transition it into a more defensive-minded school, though before they were really all offense and nothing else. Now it's kind of the opposite. Their offense isn't going to really light anybody up, but their defense might keep them in this game for a little longer than most people are expecting. I think a lot of people are just like thinking it's going to be like 60 to nothing by half, and I just don't think that's going to be the case. In fact, if you're looking to lay money on this game, take South Dakota and the points because I don't believe we'll cover when it's all said and done. Um, the spread's only 42. Now, do I think we win by 30 plus? Yeah, but I mean, we just don't cover. I don't see us covering in this type of ball game with Marcus and all the main starters going to be out by, hopefully halfway through the second quarter, in my opinion. The game should be over by then. And also, you want to look just little games within the game. You want to watch the right tackle, Tyrell Crosby. You want to watch, see if we can finally get a tight end option going. Though, by the way things have been going, I thought the Michigan State game would have been a perfect opportunity to use our tight ends out in the flats when you got the linebacker spying Marcus in that big time ball game, and it just didn't happen. It didn't gel for whatever reason. So maybe they've decided to not really use the tight end as a vertical threat or as a receiving threat, more as a run blocking a scenario or just maybe a decoy all the time. Though the decoy option really doesn't work when you don't go to your tight ends all that much at all. I don't know what it is, but we haven't been using our tight ends much, and we're still winning ball games. So there we go. Also, you want to see if the defensive line can keep playing the way they were playing against Michigan State. They played a phenomenal game. They were getting pressure. They were tackling the runners in space. They were getting past the line of scrimmage, meaning they were getting tackles for loss most of the time. Held Langford under 100 yards, which I didn't think we would do. That was a big time game. Now, can they continue? Can they keep making those type of plays consistently? Joe Walker, same thing. Can he play the way he played against Michigan State consistently? He had a huge game. If he can play like that the rest of the season, our linebacking core will be immensely improved. Then you talk about Danny Mattingly, who didn't get in the game all that much against Michigan State just because of the magnitude of the game. So this is another game for him to really get the cobwebs off, get ready for the season, because I think he's going to be a contributor down the road in key situations. I think they're going to use him scenarially just whenever they need him. He's not going to be an every down type linebacker, but he's going to be one of those names. Same as Rodney Prevost, who was in on that 4th-and-1 stop against Michigan State. That type of stuff with Mattingly along with Prevost will go a long way in helping us this year on defense, especially in the linebacking core, which in my opinion is the weakest spot in our defenses, especially the coverage. We all know Malone is one of the best coverage linebackers we have, and after that, there really isn't all that much there. I'm really worried about teams attacking us over the middle at the linebacker position, but we'll wait and see how that goes. Hopefully, they can get better as the season goes along, or just hopefully the fact that our defensive line being so good and getting pressure so quickly will kind of camouflage some of those weaknesses. But that's about it. There's a lot of games within the game coming up Saturday because this isn't going to be a great game to watch scoreboard wise. You kind of want to watch how people perform, on a micro level. Same thing with Marcus. Can he just, keep doing what he's doing, throw for over 300 yards, have a few touchdowns, have some nice runs like he did against Michigan State? Just keep building the stats and padding the stats as quickly as possible because we all know that kind of hurts him down the road when you're looking at Heisman Trophy candidates. Is like, oh well, he only has this so many yards and touchdowns and such. Well, he's only playing half of the ball games because he's out by halftime in most of these games. And for me, that Michigan State game couldn't come at a better time for Oregon. You got South Dakota as a warm-up game, get all the rest of the cobwebs off, really, set things up, and then play that game and play it as well as they did. Now you have in my opinion, 3 virtual bye weeks. You have the Wyoming game, you have the Wazoo game, which granted Pac-12 play, but not a marquee Pac-12 game, and then you have an actual bye week before playing Arizona on Thursday night. So, in my opinion, they have 3 weeks to really hone in on everything they need to hone in on and really get ready for, I think, what is going to be to date the toughest Pac-12 game they play in Arizona, albeit at home. Um, then we get ready for UCLA on the road and Stanford coming up later in the year. So we'll see how the season shapes up. But so far, so good. I like where we're at. Tomorrow will be a win. And that's that. As always, guys, go Ducks. And one more thing, I will be staying home for this one. So I'm planning on uploading my reactions to some of the big plays. So that's going to be a new little fun thing I'm doing with the channel. I'm going to call it Quack Actions or whatever you want to call it. But it's going to be interesting to see my reactions to some of the big plays tomorrow. And I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of them. So, like I said, go Ducks.